right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Beyond the Rider podcast. I am lucky enough to have Busted Knuckles with me today. Mr. Knuckles, how are you doing? Is it Mr. Knuckles? Should I go with
Busted, Mr. Knuckles.
Mr. Busted, Mr. Busted, sir.
I answered to a lot of names.
How you doing?
I am doing good. How about you, bud?
I am good. This seems like it's been a long time in the making. Every time I try and set this up, something happens. So I appreciate you making it. At least I still have internet today, which is good. It was a little sketchy yesterday in the store.
Yeah, that storm rolled through here the other day, and we didn't get much out of it.
Oh, we got like 4 or 5 inches, which is a lot for what we get because we haven't gotten real. This is probably the first snow that's amounted to anything in a while, a few years at least. So, yeah, what are you gonna do? So, what's going on?
Oh, not much. Just waiting for winter to end so I get back out on the bike.
Right? No joke, man. So that's a good start. So what do you ride? How long have you been riding?
I've got a 21 Road Glide special in the Billiard Red and Vivid Black.
Nice.
I got it brand new in 21 3 days after I got home from Sturgis.
Nice.
So yeah, I got my motorcycle license in 06, I think.
Okay.
And there for a while, I didn't own a bike, but
at least you had the license.
Yeah. I mean, I owned a bike whenever I rode probably 6 months before I got my license. And then, which I didn't care. I was 22 years old, 23 years old. I didn't care about it.
Hell with the license. You go ride. I think it's funny. I didn't realize the other day we have exactly the same bike color. It's just reversed.
Yours looks like a little bit darker red because of the way that it is reversed.
Well, it's weird too. I don't know if it's the way my paint, if the previous owner had it, but it looks darker when it's not. If you put like a polisher on it and you clean up, it looks a lot more punchy. But normally it looks really dull. It almost looks maroon.
Yeah,
it's weird. And I'm putting the new Avant fender on it and the extended bags, and they're actually yours. It's yours. The front fender is yours with the red in the center versus the black. Mine's got black in the center. I think yours has red. Whatever it is, they're reversed.
Yeah,
I think because the top of my fairing is black and I think the top of yours is red. It's weird. And then they're coming out with I forget what the paint color they call it, but it looks exactly like my bike is the new Road Glide Limited this year. Couldn't they just come up with something different? It's the only two-tone bike they're making this year for the Road Glide Limited, and it looks exactly like mine. I mean, it probably doesn't in person, but when you look at the site, you're like, that's my damn bike.
Oh, that's that Red Rock. No, not Red Rock. Yeah, Red Rock.
Yeah, Red Rock, Red River.
They're calling that.
Did you see the announcement? I don't know if you got it. My buddy Frank got the book that shows all the new bikes. It actually shows what they are.
I did not, but I've seen their latest Instagram post.
It's really weird because they're not releasing limiteds in the new fairing and the new setup. So the limited and the ultra are exactly the same bike.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird.
Well, the Road King, there wouldn't be any difference anyways, except for suspension, but
now they're having now they're making more CVOs than they normally have, which I don't quite understand, but
they usually have 3 CVOs. So, I mean,
I thought they announced today there's another one coming.
I
may be wrong.
I haven't seen anything today. Hell, I didn't wake up till an hour ago.
That's like me.
I was awake all night. I couldn't go to sleep. I fell asleep too late in the day after getting off work. I'm still on third shift at my full-time job, so
that's gotta suck.
Yep.
That's never fun. Yeah, it's weird. They're coming out with a CVO Pan America, which
yes, I've seen that.
Like done, but I don't know.
People are going to pay a premium for a bike that they probably plan on dropping because venture bike. If you actually do adventure on it.
Yeah, and that's a part of me that wonders if maybe they're finding that their clientele doesn't ride off-road. Maybe it's just a comfortable street bike. I don't know. It's weird.
I've rode one. They are a comfortable bike.
Yeah. I wanted the BMW, which is what they're competing with. It looks like a really comfortable bike. I haven't tried it, but if I were to,
I didn't
if I
go
were
very
to,
far. I had to get a tire replaced on my bike, so I hungry. So while I was waiting for them to change the tire, hey, can I borrow that?
nice.
I'm trying to go get something to eat because I'm starving.
So what'd you think of it?
It was obviously a little bit higher than what I'm used to,
Mm-hmm.
but it was a nice bike. Had a lot of power.
Yeah. So one thing I liked with my KLR, you sat up so much higher. It was great in traffic. But,
Yeah,
you know,
you could see through the window of the car in front of you.
Exactly.
The truck in front of you.
Yeah. You didn't feel like you were sitting at the same level as the cars, which was kind of nice. So you started a lot younger than I did riding. I've started what? I was riding for 11 years.
Well, it was the thing to do whenever we got home from Iraq. So
nice. And
what
branch were you in?
I was National Guard out of Illinois.
Okay. So you were in Iraq for how
long? Just over 11 months.
Wow. No, being in the National Guard, did you ever think you'd be deployed?
Yeah. I mean, there's always the possibility. I didn't enlist until 2002. So
oh, okay. It was already going on.
Yeah. April 26, 2002.
Wow. Well, awesome. Thank you for your service. So what did you do when you were overseas? What were you
we played MPs. We were not, that wasn't our MOS before we deployed. We were field artillery.
Okay.
But there's not much of a need for field artillery in a urban environment.
Interesting. So what did they do? So were you an actual MP, or they just put you in sort of those roles?
We did convoy security.
Okay.
That's what they task MPs with.
Awesome. So, that seems a bit stressful. That's
ours was, because we had a personal security is what we did.
Okay.
We worked directly with Navy SEALs for the first 8-9 months, and we were their convoy security whenever they were moving. We guarded the deputy prime minister.
Okay.
For the first little bit we were there.
Oh, very nice.
Or they guarded the deputy prime minister, and then we guarded them.
So how was that experience for you? I mean, that's got to be quite a unique experience.
It was. It was definitely different.
Now, was that still when the fighting was going on a lot? I'm trying to remember the time frame.
I mean, 2005, we landed boots on ground March of 2005. And yeah, there was a little bit, but there wasn't. We weren't still dropping bombs.
Okay.
I mean, all of our stuff was, well, we didn't really have any issues, but everything was doing the IEDs and all that stuff.
Yeah. Stuff that I've seen of that was that was crazy. I can't believe that they did that. So what got you into riding? I mean, I know you said that was the thing to do when you got back, but was it because your buddies were doing it?
Yeah, one of the things, but also one thing that stands out in my head from when I was a kid was somebody that lived down the alley from my grandma and grandpa had a bike with a sidecar.
Oh, nice.
I was just 5 or 6 years old, and I got put in that sidecar, and we went for a ride. It's one of my first childhood memories.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. I've only been in a sidecar once. It's a very different experience. It's almost like being in a go-kart.
Remember anything about it? I just remember being in it. I couldn't say that. I assume we went for a ride, but
but it got you. It got the idea in your head.
Yeah. Then when I was about 13, my stepdad got us a little Kawasaki or something. Now it'd be the size of a pit bike.
Okay.
And we had that for all of about a week before I had it tore up.
Tore up in a sense you were rebuilding it, or tore up and just crashing it?
We couldn't get it to run again, but we bought it used.
Okay.
So it was probably nothing I did because I wasn't riding hard enough to. just trying to keep it up and not run through the ditch.
That's awesome. So you see, you're pretty much self-taught. Did your stepdad teach you, or you just kind of get on it and have
Self-taught.
at it? That's awesome. It's a lot of, I think it's funny. There's a lot of people that's how they did it. They got on and were like, "Oh, I'll figure it out." That's how I learned to ride. It was like,
That's how I
probably
did
not
when
the
I bought my first
smartest idea.
bike.
Yeah. I rode it around the parking lot a few times. I'm like, all right, I'll go out on the road. How bad can this be? Wasn't the smartest idea. Ran off the road. It's funny now when it happened. I'm like, I'm going to hit that telephone pole. I shouldn't hit it, but I'm still looking at it. Yep, I'm going to hit it. I missed it,
I
luckily.
didn't even
But
get to test ride my first bike.
oh, really? So, what was your first real bike
Uh,
or street bike? I should say.
Kawasaki Ninja 250.
Oh,
I
that's
bought it brand new when we got home from Iraq. I think I bought it. We got home in February, late February, early March, and I bought it in probably May.
Oh man.
I had it for 2 months and traded it off on a 600 Yamaha. But I
You
didn't
went
do
right
the
up.
R6. I did the sport cruiser, they called it.
Okay.
You set a
How-
little straighter up, and it had an actual seat to it, not a piece of plastic with faux leather covering it.
Yeah, that'll help. Those I've never had like a Ninja or anything, a sport bike, but they don't look comfortable. Sure, they're a hell of a lot of fun though.
Oh, one of my buddies had a CBR 600 double R it was a fun bike. I got in trouble on that one by my command.
Why? What happened?
I was tasked to go down to another unit to perform maintenance down there, and I had another buddy that got tasked too. So I handed him the top to my uniform, and I got on the bike and I met him down there. Well, apparently I passed part of our command. Which
You didn't
I
appreciate
kept
that.
it reasonable because he was behind me in sorry, my nose is itching.
That's good.
He was behind me in like an 89 Dodge two-wheel drive truck. So he wasn't moving the fastest. And I don't think I got over, I think at that point the speed limit was 65 on the interstate in Illinois. I don't think I got over 75, except for when I was passing semis. Because the month before, 2 months before, one of the guys that I had deployed with was headed home from drill on his bike, and a semi blew a trailer tire as he was passing it, and somehow the chunk of rubber missed his foot and grabbed a hold of the rear brake pedal and locked it up. He went skidding off into the median. He was uninjured completely, but I'm not taking that chance. I don't hang out beside semis.
No. That's the one thing. That's the one place I don't like being. It's either the side of the truck, or when you look over and there's cars like pacing you on either side. Like, nope, it's time to go.
Yep.
That's not fun. So you had that, then you trade in. What was next? What got you into like a regular street bike? Or more, I should say, a cruiser.
Oh, I didn't get my first cruiser until, see, 2, 5, 7 years ago.
Okay.
I was without a bike for a long time because that Yamaha 600, I had it over the winter, and then I think it was the next October, I got rear-ended on it.
Oof.
I stopped at a stop sign. First time I'd came to a complete stop at a stop sign the entire night of just cruising around town, and somebody plows in the back of me.
Oh, were you okay?
Oh yeah. Well, back still hurts a little bit, but they couldn't find anything wrong.
Oh, that sucks. I've never been. That's the. It's funny. Katie always laughs. She's like, "You roll through stop signs." I'm like, "Yeah, but I'd rather be moving. I feel like if I'm moving, I'm safer."
Yep.
In our neighborhood, like in the little neighborhood, maybe not so much, but like when you go out on the road, it's like, yeah, I'd rather just keep moving. I'll take the ticket. It's fine. I just want to keep moving.
Yeah. Want to keep moving, don't. And anymore, whenever I have to come to complete stop, my eyes are on my mirrors more than they're in front of me.
Yeah, absolutely. So you had that you were out for a bike for a while. What got you into the Harley world?
Um, I really, really wanted a night train,
Okay.
just because I like the look of them. I'm not a huge chrome person, and I tried to find one for the longest time, and it took me a long time to convince my wife that I needed a motorcycle, because I got married between, having the wreck and
Oh,
which
so
I didn't know my wife whenever I had the wreck. Hadn't met her yet.
so she had no idea that that was your thing. I mean, or did she know it's some? Well, she would have had no at some level you rode.
Honestly, I don't know if that had ever came up.
Okay.
I wasn't taking trips on the bike yet. So,
Okay.
because it may have been a sport cruiser, but it was still a sport bike. So I don't know too many people that take off on a sport bike for multi-days.
That's fair. Yes, well, especially if you have back issues. That's well, no, you got hit the last one, yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah, there's sorry, go
that
ahead.
sold out that bike. So, and then I got
That sucks.
one of my old supervisors, he's actually narrowed down, thinned out his collection. He had at one point like a dozen bikes, some running,
Damn.
some not. Most of them are Hondas, CB 750s.
Okay.
But he bought a CB 900 off of a friend to help him out, and he sold that to me for $900.
Nice.
82 Honda CB 900 with a 10-speed transmission.
10 speed. Holy cow.
It had a high and a low for each gear. So basically you put in one low, shift up through 5, and then you just kick into high for 6th gear. Is what most people do.
Okay. I was gonna say that I never realized they had that many gears. That's crazy.
Well, it was just a high and a low for each one. So they wanted you to do one low, one high.
Okay.
The second back down to low at the same time, and keep doing that all the way up. Yeah, I'm not taking that kind of time.
No, that seems
because they were really short gears, obviously.
Interesting. Okay. So did you get the night train?
I never did get one.
Okay.
So I ended up with a Softail Slim because I bought it like $500 $1,000 underneath trade-in value off of a private seller.
Oh, damn.
And I think I had it for 13 months.
Okay.
Before I traded off my first touring bike.
What was your take on that? I mean, obviously you could ride it a lot longer, but how did you like it?
I loved it. I kind of still wish I had that Softail. It'd be a great little around town bike.
Yeah, they're really sweet.
Yeah, I want a night train.
I'm trying to think. I think my buddy Mike had one of them at some point. I didn't know him when he had it, but I'm pretty sure he had one. It's supposed to be a really nice bike.
The night train or the Slim?
The night train. The Slim's nice too.
Guys that I worked with had one, and I sit there and I look at it. I'm going, yeah, that's what I want. Which his is. He doesn't have big tall apes on it or anything like that, and he's got a set of drag bars on it, and other than that, it's pretty well stock.
Nice.
Aside for a seat.
Okay. Seats key. Big fan of seats.
I think he's still got that bike. I haven't talked to him for a few years.
Oh, that's awesome. So you had the Softail Slim, and then you went to what?
A 2012 Street Glide.
Nice. Oh, so you're like me. You went from a Batwing to the Shark Nose.
Yep, I've had both. I had it I think I had that street glide for 11 months before I got my first road glide.
Okay.
And it's been a road glide since. I'm on my second road glide.
So what was the first one? Did you have a special?
Yeah. I had a 2015 denim black special.
Okay. Nice. So what's your whole take on that? Because I know there's everybody argues one's better than the other. I mean, did you, because I had both and I'm still kind of on the fence as to which one I liked more some days.
Well, I only really did one big trip on the street glide in the short time that I owned it, and that was going out to Oklahoma. That's 600 miles out and back.
Okay.
So 1,200 miles plus the riding I did while I was there. Whenever I actually got home from that trip, I was less tired on the road glide because I've done the same trip on the road glide. I was less tired coming home than what I was on the street glide.
Yeah, it's definitely a different experience. I think at some level I like the limited better at slow speed. I felt like you could counterbalance the fairing better, but for me being taller, the road glide, well, the road glide is also what I've always wanted. So some of it's just because it's always what I wanted. It's a fun bike. So you did your first road ride with the street glide. Where did you go?
My dad and that side of the family lives in Oklahoma.
Okay.
I went and visited them.
Nice. How long of a ride was that?
That was the 600 miles.
Okay.
600 miles there and back.
Nice.
600 back.
So is that what
a nail in my tire when I was about 100 miles from my dad's house?
Oof.
I'm like, well, I'm going to keep pushing on. If I feel anything weird, I know I got to stop. I know exactly what the problem is already. I'm not waiting the 2 hours, 3 hours it takes my dad to get here by the time he got his trailer hooked onto it and came and got me. So
what did you do? Just threw air in it and have at it?
It never leaked.
Oh, okay.
It still had air 2 days later whenever the tire shops opened up.
Interesting. How'd you know you hit the nail then?
I was sitting down on the curb at a gas station, talking to my mom on the phone, and noticed a little silver dot.
When I went to OC, the bike was losing air, and I was like, oh, maybe it's because our temperature at that period was changing really rapidly, and I was like, oh, I wonder what's going on. And then I was like, oh, look, there's a nail. Yeah, we'll still go to OC. What's the worst that could happen? Like, we'll bring the pump with us. We'll be right.
Yeah,
there wasn't time enough to change the tire. So,
which now I've got one of those Aeromoto tire pumps.
Okay, those things are great.
And I really need to buy just a basic plug kit to put in the bike, just for shit like that.
Yeah, it never fails. You're in the middle of nowhere when it happens. It's like it doesn't happen when you're like, oh, there's a dealer. How convenient. That's funny. So you got that. You got the road glide. So what made you buy the road glide? Was it just because obviously you wanted it, but is there a single?
Well, at first I didn't want a road glide because I had just finding YouTube. I mean, and I watched, I think it was a Shade Tree video. He flew out to California and rented a road glide. And he goes, I can't see where the front wheel's at. And I got to thinking about that. And I'm like, no, I guess you wouldn't be able to see where the front wheel's at. And I really started thinking about it because I watched Adam Sandoval's video after he first got his, and he goes, I can see where that front wheel's at.
Yeah.
You can. And once I rode one, I went, okay, this ain't what I thought it was. This is a lot better, because I just went ahead and I went to a demo days and rode one and fell in love.
Nice.
I think it was 17. No, yeah, 17.
Okay.
Right after I got my street glide, and then I had to wait another year before I got my road glide.
So that was an 18 then?
No, mine was a 15 that I
Okay.
bought.
Oh, that you
It was
bought.
an
Okay.
18 that I got it, I think.
That's funny because that was the first time I ever rode a road glide. We were down in Atlantic City or Atlantic County, Harley Davidson, and we were looking around. I was like, "Hey, the sign says, I can. There's no questions asked. Test ride, or however they phrase them. Like, can I take one out?" They're like, "Sure." We get out there and talking to the guy. I'm like, "All right, well, where are we going?" He's like, "I'm not going with you. I don't feel like going, so just take it out." Okay. Yeah, I
That's
thought
what they
about
did
that.
whenever they told me to just go out on mine when I bought the new one. And what was it? He goes, "Well, do you know your way around?" It was O'Fallon, Illinois. It's not a small town. It's right outside St. Louis.
Oh, is that the one with? Is that the one with the big water tower in front of it? Or Fallon has two dealerships, I think. No, the different one.
St. Louis has multiple dealerships.
Okay. It's Faro is the one I'm thinking of, I think. Yeah, it's in Columbus. Wrong town. I was close. Just go with it.
But anyways, he goes, "Well, I'll take you on our route." So he jumped on a, I don't even remember what it was, and I followed him. Okay, yeah, this is the route I would have taken anyways. Rode down the road, and then jumped on the interstate and headed back towards the dealership. That way I ran through all the gears, and it was about a 10-mile test loop. I put the first 10 miles on that bike. It had
Oh, that's
1.1
awesome.
on it when I bought it.
Oh,
Whenever I
that's
first test
awesome.
rode it.
That's cool. So then you bought yours. Now, did that change? Did you find well, you didn't have the other one that long, but when was the first time you did any big touring once you got that?
Let's see. I did the same trip out to Oklahoma, and I did a trip to Michigan on that bike on my 12 Street Glide when I bought it, or 15 Road Glide. I went to Michigan once for a mini rally that my friends do. It's more just to camp out
Okay.
during a rally. They have the Muskegon bike times up there, and a bunch of my friends were heavy into the backyard built bikes. So they would go up there every year. And at one point, most of them rode a bike they built themselves. Now it's down to like two people riding a bike they built themselves. Everybody else rides some type of Harley.
Okay. What okay. I guess that was it's cool. I mean the culture for that's definitely different. So when did you've been to HogRock several times now, right?
I'm up to 8, I think.
Nice. So how was that experience? Because I've heard pluses and minuses to that experience. I've heard some people are like, "Oh my God, it's the greatest thing in the world." Other people are like, "Eh."
It's what you make out of it.
Okay.
I mean, some people swear it's nothing but a swingers party,
Mm-hmm.
which there's a lot of there, but any rally you go to anymore, that's what it's turning into.
Yeah.
You see a lot of upside down pineapples everywhere you go.
The pineapple as a fruit has gotten a bad rap lately.
Right?
Poor pineapple. Why couldn't they have took like the avocado or something hipster? Gotta mess with damn pineapple. So you took it, you went. What was that? So what was that first experience like for you?
It was a good one. We met people down there that I didn't know them. I knew 2 people before we rolled out.
Okay.
We met more people down there and camped with them that my friends knew, and I'm good friends with all of them still to this day.
That's awesome.
The second day we were there, we went for a ride, went to Garden of the Gods, went to a few other places, and then back to camp. And it was pretty well because that was on a Saturday. We got drunk on Saturday night. One of my buddies learned you do not go hard partying on Saturday night.
Why is
Because
that?
that ride home the next day is
Oh,
well,
yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine that being fun. So that is the allure to that is what? That's all private property?
It's
That's not
all
like a
private
normal
property.
rally?
Anything
Okay.
goes. They will ask you to leave if you're fucking up.
Okay. How big is that? I mean, that's got to be a huge area.
150 acres, I
Oh,
think.
nice.
And he has another 75 across the road
Okay.
that they expand into, and it's a dead end road, so uh, you can go across the road with wearing nothing and nobody's going to say anything to you
Okay.
because it's some people, as soon as they hit the gate, take off every stitch of clothing they have and they don't put it back on till Sunday morning when they're leaving.
Okay. No, that sounds like a traditional. That sounds like an old school biker rally.
Yeah.
So they have that what in the spring and the fall, I
Yeah.
believe. Okay.
The second Thursday in June through Sunday is when the actual rally starts, the bands start, which they've been opening up the gates on the Monday before that.
Oh, okay.
Because people will get there Sunday and just party in the parking lot for 2 or 3 days. But they've been having the parking lot's been so crowded on Sunday night, they've been opening up the gates Monday morning.
Damn.
And it costs an extra $10 per day.
Okay, so they're making good money with that.
Yeah.
So it's only $10 a day to go?
No, I think it's 50 for Thursday through Sunday morning.
Okay. Well, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
No.
What is the
That
experience?
includes the bands and all that. So
Oh no, that's a really good deal. So what is that experience like as far as like pricing and so forth? I mean, is it well, you've been to
it's on
Daytona,
par
right?
with the other small rallies that I've done around here.
Okay.
Like I've done Little Sturgis in Kentucky, and I did that Bedrock Biker Rally last year that they did twice.
Okay. What's your favorite of those?
It's kind of a toss up. I like Little Sturgis because there's no golf carts allowed. They have little shuttles that cruise around if you need a ride somewhere, and you're too intoxicated for the bike. But HogRock I like because it's a little bit more wild.
Yeah, I could see that. Now, what are you guys doing? Just camping?
Camping, sitting there drinking beer.
Yes. You went with Bedlam.
Around.
You went with Bedlam, didn't you? The 1 year?
I did not go to HogRock with Bedlam.
Okay.
I met him there.
Okay. Very nice. Yeah, I think that the camping thing's got to be cool because it takes away the whole RV thing, and it's a little bit more.
I've got to stay in an RV twice.
Okay.
One of my buddies, Gary, let me stay in his 1 year because we got down there on Wednesday, and he goes, "Well, don't worry about setting up your tent. Just sleep in there tonight."
Nice.
Next day, he had went to the hill and talked to his wife and told her that I was staying in there, and she goes, "Oh, he can just stay in there this weekend. That'd be fine." Awesome.
Very nice.
And then Fat Gliding Kelp Fire let me sleep in our camper last October.
Oh, that's right. They did go last October. I haven't met Fat Glide. I've met Kelt. She's awesome.
She is. I love her personality.
Yeah, she's very bubbly. I met her at the Baggers and Brews ride last year when they were still doing it as a ride. That was a fun time. That was a real good time. Now the rumor is you're coming this year. Is that true? Or are you gonna
I am mentally planning it.
Okay.
I should have the time off of work. I'm just trying to save the money.
No, that's fair.
Because it's not going to be a cheap trip, because it's not going to be a turn and burn. While I'm out there, I'm going to try and circle up and get up into Maine sometime after Sunday, and then slowly work my way back down to North Carolina, meeting friends that I've met through YouTube and TikTok and whatnot.
Oh, nice. Because I think that Doc's not coming. There's a couple guys that are up that way that are coming though. So you might have some people to ride back with. Which should be kind of cool.
Yeah. Let's see. I get another friend on here that posted on Facebook, hey, wanting to lay down some serious miles this year. I told her I headed to New Jersey. You can tag along on that one. We got some other friends of yours that are be out there.
Nice. That is the one good thing. I'm sorry, go ahead.
She knows people from TikTok that I've talked into meeting me in Jersey for the ride.
Nice.
One's from South or North Carolina, one's from Mass.
Okay. Yeah, because Corey's from Mass.
Yeah.
So if you head up that way, you can ride back with him. He's a great dude. Really cool dude. So if you guys don't know what we're talking about, Beggars and Brews is doing a veterans fundraiser on, I want to say it's the 17th of July. I have to double check that. I'm on the committee. You think I'd know, but mentally my brain is fried. I'm like you. I didn't wake up that long ago. But it's big. I'll put the link in the description, but they're putting this ride together. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be a poker run as well as just a hangout, almost like a mini rallies. They're phrasing it. It should be a good time. Nice part too is because it's in Jersey, it'll be cheap. You don't have to. Nothing's going to be jacked up, which will be nice. I got some food vendors there, but it's not going to be $18 for a beer, which is always nice.
Yeah, that's going to be a good thing.
Yeah, it's funny because people were like, "Oh, but I don't know." I'm like, "It's right off the turnpike, and you're not paying $900 for a hotel room." We were looking at going to Daytona. Was it last year, 2 years ago? We were gonna have to fly in. We didn't have the time, and you're looking at the hotel prices. I'm like, "Ouch, this is gonna be expensive."
Yeah, and that's. I want to do Daytona one time, which it'll about have to be Biketoberfest because weather here in March is a gamble.
Yeah.
Now I do have some friends that go about every year. This year they're not going. I just talked to them yesterday. They're not going this year. So I thought about maybe loading my bike in their trailer and flying down and then probably ride the bike back.
Okay. Yeah, and from what I've heard though, from here, Biketoberfest is tough because some days it's some years it's snowing, or some days it's years it's
I
really
think it
cold.
could be that way here in March too. So
yeah, it's really weird. It's there's no hit or miss. Like I was telling you before we started, we haven't got measurable snow here in years, and all of a sudden we're getting snow.
about
and ice
every 2 or 3 years we get enough that keeps people out of school, keeps people off work. Like they actually called off work one night for us.
Really?
Yeah.
I was joking with my boss. I work remote 2 days a week, or if I'm sick or whatever. And I called. I put a thing up at our Teams chat. I'm like, so any idea on if we're gonna have a delayed opening if we're closed? He's like, shut up and go to work. I'm like, damn it! I knew that was going to be the answer, but I had to ask anyway. What did he say? He's like, the building's closed. We're still working. I'm like, yeah, I know. Damn, COVID ruined everything. I miss those days. We used to get the call, oh, we're snowing. We're not going to work. Yes, snow day. Now snow days don't exist.
Well, I work in a factory, so getting a snow day is really, really rare.
Yeah, there's just certain jobs, especially now. Well, I would say nowadays, not most jobs, but yeah, it doesn't exist anymore. It's like, oh, it's snowing. That's cool. You can still work from home. Great. Thanks. That's what happened with me. I think it was the February it was the same year that COVID started, but it was that February, I guess, that January. I had been working pretty much hybrid at my current role or my previous job. And my boss was like, you really should work from home. You do a lot of video editing. You don't need to be in the office. And like the next month, the whole world stopped. And I was like, oh, at least I was prepared to be at home. Cause I know a lot of people, they were working on like a TV tray in their bedroom. I'm like, screw that. That's painful.
My wife started on this desk behind me here. You see how small that is. Now we've got one of these L-shaped things off Amazon.
That's got to be.
She's got it pretty well covered up.
Yeah. One thing I was telling you, we both were working at home the other day because it was snowing, and my wife's like, "This sucks working on a dining room table." I'm like, "Yeah, it does. Been there, not anymore." It's either we're getting a desk or I ain't working. I was like, "We'll figure it out. We'll get a second desk when we have to." I don't have time for that shit. Well, that's like brings up another point. So, what got you into YouTube?
I actually wanted to start YouTube long before I did it.
Okay.
At that point, I thought, oh, that's a good way to not have to work the rest of my life. Because I thought, oh, there's so much money in YouTube.
How'd that work out for you?
Well, I'm not far off of being monetized, but I know I'm not going to make anything. Now I'm just doing it for fun.
Yeah, it's funny how everyone's like, "I'm gonna get rich."
Well, whenever I started, I knew I wasn't going to make a whole lot, so I was just hoping. My whole thing is I wanted to make a couple $1,000s a year to cover my small rallies.
Okay.
And maybe a few parts for the bike. Or maybe Sturgis. I mean,
and I think that's realistic. I feel bad for the people, like you said, that they get this idea like, I'm gonna get rich. This is the highway to it, and you're like, no, maybe not, but okay, good to have a dream. It's funny. So, how long you been doing YouTube? It's been a few years now, right?
I think I put my first video up in April of 21.
Okay.
And then I went to, which there was very few videos up until I went to Sturgis.
Okay.
And I did that trip once and thought I'll just do it once and I'll be good. Nope, I want to go back.
Everyone that says that they go to Sturgis once and they keep wanting to go back.
Because I don't like people. I'm not a people person.
I respect
Putting me in a
that.
big crowd, I got to get out of it.
That's exactly how I felt about Ocean City. It was cool. It was a cool rally, but I was like, there's a lot of people here. I'm not a people person. I'll let the beard deal with those people. You talk to the people. I'm just gonna stand over here.
The worst part was we tried to go to the Kid Rock concert.
Okay.
The night that he was at the Buffalo Chip, and there was a person here, and here. Nope. Can't be here. Gotta move.
Yeah, that's not my I was joking with the New Jersey deal. I was like, yeah, I'll be the guy hiding in the corner. It's like, you guys should all come out. I'll be in the corner like, hey.
Hi, over here.
I think it is funny that a lot of people that do YouTube are very introverted. They're not, they're not necessarily, though. I mean, there's the Shade Trees of the world and the Sandoval's of the world, but then there's a lot of people that are just, I like doing it, but yeah, the rallies and stuff are hard for me. It's just too many people.
Being in a bunch of like-minded people, I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's just way too many people too close at like walking around Main Street. Yeah, there's a lot of people, but one, you're moving.
Mm-hmm.
Two, almost everybody's there for the motorcycles. But at the Buffalo Chip, you're not moving. You're standing in one spot at a concert with people all the way around you. I couldn't do it. Now, whenever I can move around, it was fine. Like the first couple shows that I went to, you could walk around, but Kid Rock was just way too political or way too crowded. He didn't get political at all, from what I was told.
Well, that's a first. Usually those concerts, that's what it turns into.
Yeah.
It's I never understood that either. So just play your damn music and shut up.
Yep. I talked to, on my way home from Sturgis, I talked to a couple of guys at a gas station. One of them had a bad Kid Rock experience. He went up to go get beer and then passed out.
Oof.
Not like drunk passed out, like heat stroke passed out.
Oh, that's not good. I've been there.
They've been riding all day. They weren't staying at the Chip either.
Ugh. That's something that it amazes me that people don't realize or at least think about. Like, you got on the bike, it gets hot. Like it takes a lot out of you. People don't, you don't hydrate, you don't stop. Yeah.
The rain will make you tired. The cold will take a lot out of you too, because you're using a lot of energy trying to keep your body warm.
Yeah, I don't mind the rain. The cold depends how far I'm going. Even with a heated jacket on, it's still not Still not the best. I'll take that over the heat though.
Yeah.
You know, you wear a half helmet or a full?
Illinois doesn't have a helmet law.
Oh, fair enough. I forgot about that option. Well, that's got to be the worst in the rain.
I always have my helmet with me.
Okay.
I got a full face that I keep on the back of the bike.
Okay.
On the rack usually.
So it gets, yeah. Okay, I could see that. Yeah, I've ridden a couple times in the rain, or it's rained with my half helmet, and I was like, "Oh, this sucks. This really sucks." You forget how comfortable that full face is in
Yeah,
in
which
that
I'm
kind of
trying to
stuff.
get better. I just need to find, which I think this helmet is more comfortable than my last one. So I'm going to try and start wearing it more.
What helmet do you run?
I've got the Harley branded HJC modular.
Okay, very nice. That's I started with a modular. I went away from it. Katie just got a modular, and she got it right before it started getting really cold. So she's only had it once, but I can see the allure of it. It's nice because you can pop it open. Do you ride with it open much?
Not rolling down the road, but I mean, if I'm in a town moving slow, I'll pop it open.
I always like to see you go into gas stations or something, like when you're out touring, you don't take it off. I mean, technically you don't take your helmet off, but it doesn't feel as weird that you're kind of sitting in a helmet. It's
Yeah.
more comfortable. They're heavier, but they're certainly more comfortable for that
I
kind
mean,
of
you
thing.
don't have to worry about going in the gas station anyways. You just got Katie to do that for you.
That's true. Send her in. Be like, woman, get some gas. Well, here, and at least well, I guess it's that way in most places now. Yeah, that's changed. I didn't think about that. You can choose your credit card at the pump.
Yeah.
You don't even have to worry about that. And the good old days when you had to go in the gas stations.
Which
That's
whenever I went out to Sturgis, I think I went into every gas station I stopped at just to walk around a little bit. Because I did I think it was 1,100 miles in 17, 18 hours.
you're moving. That's a
Average
good
speed of
clip.
about 70, I think. Which is funny because that's what the speed limit was.
It's amazing though with that M8. Well, even with the 103, those motors just go.
That's what my Sturgis trip was the 103.
Yeah.
But it also had a cam in it too. So
Okay. I was really surprised when we went to. We've only done, sadly with the stuff that's gone on, we've only done one big ride, 2 up with the Road Glide when we went to Ocean City. But I was surprised, even at like 90, how settled in that bike is. It's so comfortable.
I haven't done a big trip 2 up. My wife doesn't ride at all.
Okay.
So the farthest I've gone 2 up is I took my son to his mom's.
Okay. How old's your son?
He just turned 16 in December.
Okay.
And he wants a bike. So I'm trying to convince my wife we need to be a 2-bike household.
My son's funny. He's 19.
He found a 2020 Lowrider S that he wanted.
Nothing like going big. Just go with the Lowrider S.
I mean, at that point, the 2020 was just a 114.
Okay.
So, and it's a stock bike. It looks like still got the stock exhaust. I just can't justify the payment on it right now.
No, that's a big nut for sure. Yeah, my son went from not. He's like, oh, I don't think I'd ever get a bike. I'm not that coordinated. Then I took him out for a ride through the pines. And we came back, and he says to me out of nowhere one day, he's like, I probably need to get my own helmet, in case I ever get a bike one day. And I'm like, what? Like, did you just say that? I'm like, all right, well, that's cool. He's only gone out on one longer ride, and by that I mean it's probably only 60 miles, but he loved it. He thought that was like the coolest thing.
I still need to get my 9-year-old on the bike, but he's not a fan of loud noises. So
yeah, well, what exhaust do you run?
I have full tab exhaust.
That's loud. That's definitely loud. Yeah, he didn't mind I was surprised he didn't mind the chrome marks, which I mean they're not loud, but they're certainly louder than my Reinhardts were.
Yeah.
I was surprised because he's not a big noise fan, and he's not. I thought he'd be a little bit more nervous than he was, but he likes it because we have comms, so he could talk to me. Because before, when we went out on the limited, and we didn't go that far, he didn't like it because he couldn't talk to me. He's like, well, what if something happens? I'm like, all right, I'll get you a calm. That's cool. I get it. It's nice being able to not, it's nice being able to talk as far from a safety standpoint.
Which if I can convince myself to wear a helmet more, I would like to get a Senna unit or something.
Yeah.
Because I talk to a lot of people on TikTok anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And you can actually go live from the bike on TikTok and talk to people running down the road.
Really? I didn't know that.
And using your phone for your camera, obviously.
Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be a live TikToker on the bike. That's interesting. I can see that
being pretty cool. Because I watched one where there was 3 of them headed towards all headed to Florida one day. And they just had somebody in the chat reading off their comments that people were putting in.
Cool.
Somebody that was stationary at their house.
Okay.
Because obviously you don't want to try and read the comments running down the road at 80. Yeah.
It's the only downside of having your phone on your bars. Everything keeps popping up. You're like, damn it, what is that? Oh, that's funny. So what do you have any goals for the YouTube channel? Do you want to take it a different direction?
No, I kind of like where I'm at, doing the rallies, doing a few installs here and there. I wish I could afford more parts.
Yeah.
Just because I got stuff I want to do, but I can't afford it. So eventually I'll get there.
Yeah, the parts add up quick. And it's hard too, because it's
especially when you wanted to pull Advan black body on it.
Yes. Yeah, that's no joke. The price of that stuff's insane. It's funny because I always laugh at people that buy a bike and you see, especially I wouldn't say you see with younger people. We see with a lot of people that are like, oh, I bought this bike, and I'm like, I want to do this, I want to do that. No, I can't. It's like, because then I got this bike payment that I can't afford. Now I got everything on top of it. I'm like, it's not cheap. Even if you go to the dealer for your maintenance, it's ridiculous. At first,
I try to do most of mine myself.
Nice.
I let the dealership do the first 1,000-mile service, just so they can go through and double check everything. Mm-hmm. And then I've had to put a rear tire on, a front and a rear. The front was covered under the tire package I got. The rear just wore out.
Okay.
So I did it myself. Like, I took the wheel off, took it to another guy, at least swapped out the tire. I put it back on. Apparently, whenever I bought the tire and wheel package, they said it has to be done by the dealer. Okay, that's fine. And then I called them up. I'm like, hey, can I do this myself? Oh, yeah. Okay, so I called up another dealer just to verify. Yeah, you can do that yourself. Awesome. That's what I'm going to do. Support the local motorcycle shop a little bit.
Okay.
Buy a tire off him instead of buying it through Amazon.
Oh, because it voids the warranty. That's right, because it used to be really weird. You can do anything.
Well, it voids the tire wheel and tire package.
Oh, that's right, because it's for puncture and blowout and stuff.
Because that's a wear item.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I think we had that on the first bike. We didn't have that on this one. But yeah, because from what I've heard, rims are, you blow a rim out. That's expensive. No, not at all. Plus, nowadays it's hard to even find parts.
Right.
Some of it, the backlog is still. What do they blame? They blame it on everything now. Oh well, it's this, it's that. Just give me damn parts. Nothing's in stock. So what would you do? I mean, do you have anything in mind that you would like to do?
I would eventually want to do a cam. I'm not sure which direction I want to go with the cam.
Okay.
And I want to do I like to do that Advan black body, the pyro, in the white sand pearl.
That's the fire one, right? Yeah. They've got some really cool stuff.
Yeah, I like the stuff they're coming out with.
Because I think was it last week? They just dropped the carbon. They've got the carbon stuff out now. It's pretty cool.
Yep. They got the dash, the hand guards, and the heat shields.
Yeah. So the fenders and everything else is coming soon.
Yeah.
That'll be cool. I think carbon's cool if it's done. I don't know. I'd want an all carbon look, but I think it'd be cool for like the console in the middle, things like that.
The console, the front fender, rear fender, will look good. But they're gonna do a full. I don't know about the tank, but everything else is going to be carbon on them. I think when they finally release all their parts.
I think color would be cool too, and I'm sure they'll do that. Kind of mix it up.
Yeah,
I think red carbon intermixed with black would be badass.
Yep, I believe so too.
Yeah, that would be really cool. All right, well, we're coming up to the hour. What how would you like to leave it, sir? I'll give you the last word. What where can people find you? Anything you want to share with the community?
They can find me on YouTube at Bustin' Knuckle Motorcycles. On Instagram, I think there might be some underscores in there, but yeah, that's pretty well the only, that and TikTok. It's still Bustin' Knuckle Motorcycles. It's the only social platforms I really use. I have a Facebook page I don't use.
Funny how Facebook has died out quick, at least in our community. I kind of post things to share videos, but other than that, like I don't really, go around telling a bunch of people that I put out YouTube videos, because most of my friends that I have on Facebook, they don't ride hardly. So, oh yeah,
like I don't even think my mom knows I have a YouTube channel.
That's really funny. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, because you're putting it up if you have a lot of friends that don't ride. There's no interest. Yeah. Or they're living vicariously through you. I guess it's 50-50. Everybody wants to be that guy. That's awesome. Well, I appreciate you taking the time. I'm glad we can make it. Are you you do lives currently? You do lives a lot, right? Or
not a lot, but I try to do one about once a month.
Okay, so keep an eye out for that. Awesome.
I've got one coming out tonight, but
there you go.
This won't be until week after, 2 weeks after.
So when you watch this on Wednesday, you can Bustin' Knuckles channel and watch this live from Saturday. You can see what it was all about. But that's awesome, man. I really appreciate your time. And awesome. We'll check it out the live tonight. And guys, thank you so much for listening, watching, as it were. And we will be at the July, or at least I will definitely be at the July meetup for the Baggers and Brews Tunnel Towers ride. Hopefully you guys can make it. Look forward to seeing everyone there. And please remember, you're not alone. Thanks for watching, guys.
Have a good one, everyone.
Awesome.
So you're still recording.
Yeah, hold on one second. Yeah.